phone, the GoPro app doesn't allow you to actually pick a channel. It allows you to pick an email address. So essentially, it streams to any random channel, I think, that's at that email address. I think what it does is it's kind of like an array, but it only grabs the first option from the array. It's pretty dumb, but that's GoPro. Let's see how this works. So I left work early today, since I have not had a day off since July 4th. So I don't actually know where I'm streaming this to. But I'm gonna get myself a burrito. I'm quite hungry. Everybody, let's thank the Uber that's in front of me for the kindness out of their heart of using turn signals. That's unheard of behavior from an Uber driver when a bike is behind them. Beautiful New York City roads. Not sure how good the image stabilization is here. We're able to tell what a dump this thing is, this place is. I don't know if you guys made that out. There was a bird that was squished to hell on the street. That was disgusting. My personal trainer just screamed, "No burritos." I just got a text message 5:45 p.m. at all caps saying no burrito. I feel like I've earned a burrito. My last day off was July 4th. I've lost 20 pounds in the past 2 months. Do I get a cheat day? What do you say, chat? If you see Mr. Evil Genius is my personal trainer, if you see that guy's name in the chat. His name is Marty. He's a very cool dude, by the way, but all right. Look at this traffic to my left. Suckers. You car-owning suckers that have to deal with traffic. He says cheat with something else. Be creative. Okay, so you guys are gonna choose what my cheating food is. Maybe some nice chana masala from my favorite Indian place. I'm thinking that's a cheat food. Yeah, I'm getting... He said don't listen to him, he's trying to trick you. Angel says no cheat day, motherfucker. Yeah, point taken. He says no, have some discipline, says Ian. Why is he stopping on red light? Because I'm on camera. Why do cops tend to not abuse people as much when there is a body cam? Same difference. It's not... Someone says Taco Bell. Oh, hell no. I'll eat 20 burritos before I go to that shithole. All right, up ahead you'll see one of those Arrow 7s. I think it's powered off of a 36-volt battery. Those things are weak as shit. I actually got hit by one of these. That's how I tore my quadricep 2.5 years ago. I was crossing the street. One of the reasons that these bikes are illegal in New York City is because the delivery people on the Arrows have made us essentially set a bad name for all the people that have an electric bicycle, which is sad. So I raced him to my session on Sunday. There's only one red light, Cam, that I usually just, I pretend doesn't exist around Broadway and 19th Street. Go figure, the one light that I went through and he caught me. He saw me. I usually ignore that one because the 5th Avenue light, the 3rd Avenue, the University and all that will all be green besides that one, and it drives me nuts that that one turns red right as the others turn green. But I raced my trainer's Mercedes, and granted I had a bit of an edge. You know, he has a Mercedes and as Paul will tell you, that's one of the worst vehicles on earth. I don't know jack shit about cars, I just listen to what Paul tells me since he's a mechanic. Paul's hatred for Mercedes is real. Whoa. So it just rained and it was the gallons of water falling from the sky. And it's interesting because as you can see, the ground is completely dry, and it's not because we have a good drainage system or anything like that. The drainage system is shit. The sewage system here is also shit, as well as most of the infrastructure in New York City. But the sun is so strong that a complete and utter awful rainstorm was just evaporated almost instantaneously. If any of you are curious on that whole losing 20 pounds in a month or two thing, if you sit in a microscope all day the way that I do, and it's started to make you a fat ass, I'm sure that my trainer will shill his phone number in the chat. His name is my_evil_genius, or Dr. Evil Genius. He has a good way of getting through to stubborn pricks like myself when it comes to how to properly improve yourself. What time is it in the US? It is currently 5:53 p.m. Want to lose weight? Eat less. That is part of it. That is definitely part of it. That's a difficult thing to do when you enjoy burritos as much as I do. So here's my theory, and you all tell me what you think. So I remember telling my trainer that there was a rumor that the place that I get my food from, the burritos I was eating like 2 or 3 times a day, was paying below minimum wage. Within a week, they're closed after an investigation by the Department of Labor. I think that he reported it. I mean, it was for the good of his client, but still. You need Google Glass to read and ride. Oh yeah, that's my assistant doing all the reading for me, because I would never do that. I would never ride a bike without my hands going down a hill with the motor reading from my phone. What do you think of? often. Like every Sunday morning for sessions, I raise my trainer to the gym, we place bets, stream it. It sounds like you're shouting into a mile-long hallway. Yeah, you can't attach a microphone to a GoPro because it requires... See, GoPro is very similar to Apple, in that Apple requires that you buy this bullshit $60 to $80 dongle to plug anything into the system. Now, GoPro requires that you buy a proprietary USB-C to 3.5mm adapter. You can't buy a normal one because the GoPro checks it. And if it's not the snowflake adapter, they'll tell you to go fuck yourself. And it's about $50 to $60. But here's the part where GoPro is even worse than fucking Apple. GoPro doesn't have this shit in stock, and they haven't had it in stock since March. So I did a video in April about GoPro where I was showing you how this proprietary dongle costs about 50 to 60 bucks. The GoPro will only work with the proprietary dongle because GoPro made it so that if it's not, you know, the one that they gave you permission to use, it tells you to go F yourself. But they don't even have it in stock. They can't even, at least Apple can keep their damn snowflake adapter in stock. So this is the audio that you get. I'm pretty sure my trainer is lobbying hard for this anti-electric bicycle law to get pushed so that I can lose more weight. That would be in line with his strategy with reporting the burrito place. How fast can you go? 19.9 miles an hour. Until we hear further from the legislature, that is what you get from me. All these cars around me are just moving really slow, so it makes it seem like I'm going faster. Less than the food service minimum wage? Yes, they were paying $10 an hour, which I'm pretty sure is below every minimum wage. That's below food service minimum wage, that's below, that's below everything. That's like Lewis's first internship level minimum wage. What's your opinion on cheap fake Apple products, fake AirPods? Why would you want to get a fucking fake AirPod? AirPods suck to begin with. You want to get a fake iPhone that runs iOS, I get it. If you want a good quality set of headphones, get some Grados, get some Sennheisers, get, you know, idiomotics, anything. Like, not... What's the point of knocking off something that's already a piece of shit? Bobby says $10 an hour is inexcusable. People gotta start somewhere. Now the people that worked at that burrito place are making zero. I'm sure they're all very happy. And the place has been closed, and nobody has rented it. Very happy with the results of that. There's a car behind me that's really stubborn about passing me, so you're probably going to see him do some dangerous shit to get in front of me. I called it. That manhole was ridiculous. I'm pretty sure my wheel has just turned into a square. My other bike is really good at taking manholes and bumps. This one is not. That one's got some nice Schwalbe Moto X tires. It's got the 27.5-inch by 2.8-inch tires. Moto X from Schwalbe. This one has a 700C by 38. These wheels are like, they go over a single New York pothole, the wheel turns into an oval or a square. I'm fairly certain mine just did. $10 an hour won't take you far in New York City. Absolutely not. That will not take you anywhere. My first internship was $0. After that, it was, I think, $7.50. $10 does not get you shit in New York. And neither does $0. Neither does $0. So, I used to give those dudes a good tip when I went over. Those burritos were fucking amazing. I remember in that restaurant, I'm not kidding, I remember saying, you know, if you guys ever plan on closing, or you all just want to quit and open up in the old place, there's this place called Vio Pancho Taqueria. They're amazing. It's the burrito place that I'm definitely not getting a burrito at while my trainer is watching. That used to be on, I think, Bedford and Green. And I said, you know, I will consider rent. If you guys all know what the hell you're doing, this is back when I was a little bit more flush with money since I hadn't done the investments in the data recovery and everything else. I said, you know, if you guys want to start another place and you're all willing to quit and you want to make a little bit more money, well, like, let me know. Or if this place closes, and I never heard from them, which made me really sad. I identify as a bus, by the way. For the next about 90 seconds, I identify as a bus. The place was so good, I would have run it if it didn't make money, simply to keep eating the burritos there. Would have been the world's fattest board repair person. But man, they were so good. The carrot habanero hot sauce they had was just a thing to die for. Shit, there's a cop to my left. We're pedaling now. So now I'm gonna do this thing where I stand up on my pedals and I pretend I'm pedaling, get a little bit of a going. Oh dear God, this traffic is shit. Well, it's a good thing I'm on a bicycle. This is cyclist privilege right here. I cannot imagine owning a car in New York. This shit would frustrate the hell out of me. Really? And look at this, we're at the front of the line. I haven't cheated to get to the front of the line this much since 3rd grade. You guys remember cheating to get to the front of the lunch line in the cafeteria only to realize that you rushed all the way to get shitty public school food? Oh man, those were the days. These brakes are really good, so I don't have to worry about getting doored as much as before. Got some nicer discs on them, nice new pads. These hydraulic brakes are awesome. This is dooring proof. And especially with these tires, what are these? These are Schwalbe Marathon Plus. Schwalbe Marathon Plus tires, plus a good set of disc brakes. Oh my God, you're stopping instantly, every time. Even in the rain, I can stop almost instantly with this. I have no fear of somebody opening their car door, because I can just stop. Oh, this is fucking amazing. And the thing is, like, passing that car that you can't do that kind of stuff with the stock Bafang controller, you can't. This is an EM3 EV triangle battery. This is a sabvoton 72150 controller, which is way overkill for the battery I got. I'm just using a 52 volt battery. You know, I limited it to like 55 amps. I like the ability to adjust the flux weakening current because you can choose between top RPM and torque. I don't need the full torque. Yeah, the full torque is really not necessary here. Thank you, Lizlet Starlet. So, yeah, I'm not going uphill, so full torque is really unnecessary here. So I Okay, I think I got my flux weakening current set to about 30 amps. Oh, hey, look, a policeman in front of me. Let's start pedaling. It's kind of like wearing headphones in high school. Like the kids that wore their headphones and bopped their head back and forth and had them in full volume so you could hear it. Those are the kids that the teacher had to kick out of the class, because if you didn't, you'd get in trouble from the principal if the principal walked by. But if you were one of the kids that had the headphone like going all the way up your shirt, and you had it hiding up your sleeve, and then you had your hand over your ear that it was going to, and you pretended you were taking notes, then, you know, even if he knew you were listening to music in class, he didn't really care, because it wasn't even that you were obeying the rule. You showed that you respected the rule enough to obfuscate when you were disobeying it. What the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck. And that's what I found with the electric bicycle, for the most part. All right. Someone says, I think you're streaming to the wrong channel. Yes, GoPro software does not allow you to specify which channel you stream to if they're attached to the same email, because apparently nobody who programs at GoPro has ever heard of an array. Lovely little bicycle. So this is I'm not a big fan of Luna. I don't know why I actually have a Luna on this. This is the Bafang BBS HD. Ignore this branding. This blue stuff is some liquid resistance coating. Those are the Schwalbe Marathon Plus tires over here. This is a Lecky Bling Ring chain wheel. This is a 36 tooth one. The chain's a little bit long. I gotta fix that at some point. This is, I forget what it's called. It's not plumber's tape, it's plumber's something. So this is this metal thing. It's kind of like, yes, it's got these holes on it. It looks like measuring tape, except it's made of metal. And I got some bolts in there to keep this controller under the bike. Now this is where the old controller used to be. So I have this blue fire, I think it's some fire sealant crap that I had left in the basement at the store. And what this stuff does is it keeps liquid from getting in there. Because one of the experiences I was having with the stock one is that even with all the sealing in the stock one, that when it rained a lot, water would still get in there. So I shoved a bunch of blue crap everywhere that I saw that water was getting in, and I drilled a hole in the side here so that these wires would be able to go in. Some of these things, most of these wires that are loose, they're for garbage, like that shit that I don't need, like stuff that just like speed switches and stuff like that I don't use. This is the only thing I got to change. The one thing I'm really ashamed of here is this. This is garbage, because the throttle wiring is not liquid resistant. That's trash. I got to change that. This is my GoPro mount, which has been a little chewed up. These are my lights. I love the lights. These lights are amazing. They've got really good visibility. I paid like $15 on eBay for these. These are some Cree LEDs. Anyway, this thing looks like shit. So this was the experimental bike before I got the other one, which is put together much more properly. And you can see over here, this is my tail light. So I have some zip ties there, and I got tired of it falling off, so I'm using the highest quality packing tape to hold hold that on. That's quality. Speaking of quality, get rid of the mud guards. What is a mud guard? Yeah, that controller is really overkill for that bicycle. Where's the battery? Oh, the battery is this thing over here. See? Battery. And the wiring for the chargers is kind of lame and ghetto. So this is I have a charger for the GoPro and a charger for my phone. That's the phone mount, GoPro mount. There's no way Lewis is reading chat. Can that handle potholes well? No, it handles them terribly. 700 by 38 tires, no, it's garbage. It's terrible. The other bike I have goes over potholes great. This one, I've gone through maybe 3 or 4 wheels on it, and one of those wheels I just looked at is actually bent from one of the potholes I just went over. So that bike is not made for New York City. I got a myrtle burrito with spinach and no sour cream, and lemonade, please.
What kind of beans?
Pinto beans. I mean black beans, I'm sorry.
Cheese is fine, right?
No dairy.
No dairy, no cheese. $14.95. For here, too.
For here. Someone said nobody's... that. Well, yes, actually there's a financial incentive here to not make the bug night. So the fun I've had, but that's 40. I've had what I locked the bike because I thought that it would to steer. So when you add all that stuff to it, and if the wiring is done nastily, it doesn't look as nice anymore. It makes it a lower priority theft, which is important. Mud guards your fenders. I like having fenders. Aren't you afraid of somebody stealing your front wheel? You can't. You know why? Check it out. Well, I mean, technically you could, probably. I got one of these things. So my front wheel is held on with this. So I mean, you need to have a special adapter to take that off.